Alright, here's what's going on today. Here's all the wood I just got at Lowe's. Wood is very expensive and annoying. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2x6s and we're going to frame out on both sides of that beam right in the middle of the master bedroom. That beam is 7 inches in width. These 2x6s are only 5.5, so we're going to make up the difference with these 2x4s. It'll kind of all make sense as I'm doing it. So, but first I took all the measurements upstairs to see how many cuts I need to make. The ceiling's actually like exactly 8 feet tall, so 4 of these 2x6s are just going straight upstairs, and they don't need to be cut. They're just going from floor to ceiling, and they're going to be screwed directly to the beam to make the 2 boxes on both sides. One of them I need to cut 2, I think it was 13.25 inch boards to go up at the ceiling and at the floor. And then the other one I think was maybe 13 inches, or maybe it's 13, I don't know. I got it written down. Anyway, so I'm going to make those cuts real quick and then take all these 2x6s upstairs and screw all the boxes together, then screw them to the beam upstairs. And then I could probably just screw the 2x4s directly into the boxes that I'm about to make. So that might not make sense now, but it will when you see me doing it upstairs. So I'm going to just cut these real quick and then bring all the wood upstairs. And then figure out my math for the cuts I need to make for this shiplap, because once it's all framed and I run all the electrical for the TV and our Alexa, and I think we're going to have a camera pointed at the dog beds. So I'll run all those outlets, and then I'm going to cut all this shiplap, and then we're going to cover the whole thing in shiplap and paint the shiplap a dark gray. Then I'll mount the TV. So we'll see if we get all that done today, but that's the project right now, is making a wood wall in the master to hang the TV. Eventually I'm going to make a mantle for it, and it'll look awesome. So here we go. Alright, didn't get to see kind of the big part of the framing going up because the camera stopped, but here is the framing. You can see the 2x6 square, like that, and the 2x4s filling in the rest of the 1.5 inches. Back up so you can fully see it. TV will go up there. Mantle, nothing. And then from this side, there you go. So there's the framing. Now I'll measure out and see how I need to cut the shiplap to wrap this thing, and then before we put that up, we'll run the electrical and cut and paint the shiplap. There you go, frame done. Union break. Putting in some outlets. One more up there. But we gotta eat. Alright, so here's what's going on. Kristen is downstairs painting all the shiplap I have installed the electrical boxes for here. I haven't done the top one yet because I'm not quite sure where I want it yet, but right now I'm going to drill a hole up through there into the attic because I've got the Romex running up into the attic from here. I'm going to tie it into this power right here. This was powering the old doorbell, so now it's going to be powering these outlets. Sorry, my phone cut off because I'm just running out of storage on this thing. So anyway, I'm going to be using this to power these outlets. I'll probably also run another one up in the attic to go and power that ceiling fan. So now I'm going to drill the hole up through here into the attic, and then I'll run up in there and find out where that hole is, and then snake it down, and we'll run it to the first outlet box. So let's see. Alright, I am up in the attic. This is looking down at the outside patio, and I drilled up through the ceiling, and this right here is the main beam. Hold on, let me get steady on here. That runs from side to side on the house, and that's what that big beam is supporting underneath in the master. It's supporting this big beam. So I drilled right next to it. You can see there's my drill bit right there. So here's my wire right here that I've got run over there. Is where the closet is. Just snake it all the way over here, drop it down through that hole, and then wire up the outlets. So this is what our attic looks like. This is our upstairs furnace, all the ducting, and let's see, you can see it's one of the can lights down there that I installed. So yeah, alright, now I'm going to run the wiring down. So, alright, now I got the Romex run down from there. I actually got to put a box up higher where we're going to plug the TV in. Let's see, so it'll go, let's see, so that top mark is going to be the top of the TV. This mark is the bottom of the TV, and that's about where the TV mount is going to be. I think I'm going to put this guy right around here. But I got to go get a piece of the shiplap to make sure I come out far enough. It's like 5/8 out. But I want to make sure before I nail that bad boy in there. So this wire will run into this box first, and then come out of this box, go into that box, come out of this box, and go into that bottom box. So I need to run downstairs and grab a thing of the shiplap before I nail that guy in. Then I could run the wires down, and then it'll be ready for the outlets, and then we'll be ready to start throwing the shiplap on. I don't know where Kristen's at as far as painting, but also we got guys downstairs doing some sheetrock, closing up those walls, and I tried to go down a minute ago and it's all kind of taped off, so I couldn't go downstairs. So we'll see if they're done now. I'll go check it out. all the trim is on. Got it at the top and bottom. You didn't see me doing that. Cut that out at the top, then put the extra trim around the top because, of course, you know, nothing's level in here, so nothing was flush up against that ceiling. So to hide that, we put this little trim around the whole top, which, gotta tell you, it's not fun when you have to make your own trim. A lot of these were just bigger boards that I had to rip down and cut at 45 on the ends, and just, you know, fun making your own trim. So what I've been busy doing now is just filling in all the nail holes with nail filler, and these seams, you know, once they're like nailed in, kind of separate. So the bigger gaps, I kind of went and put the filler in there. So I filled all the seams, sanded it all down, wiped it all down, and now we are ready to paint, because this is all just getting painted the same color as this. It's all just going to be one dark gray. So now I have the paint, got everything ready. So now I'm just going to go ahead and roll the big areas with that little roller, and then take that little brush and try to get in all the hard to reach areas. Around there, I guess I'll tape off the ceiling and tape off the ground. So I'll start with that, and then I'll get to painting. Alright, there you have it. It's all painted. That's the back side of the wall. Got the upper trim. Everything is all dry now. Just thought to put the TV back on, but wanted to leave it off so you could see what the wall looks like. Completely painted. Got the mount. So obviously that's for the TV. That outlet's going to be covered up by the mantle that I built for right there. There you go. TV wall. Looks great. Came out really good, even though I had to make all that trim. I was worried it was going to look shitty, but nothing some, you know, wall repair can't make look better. There you go. End of day 34, even though this took 3 days. Done.